You know, the war has increased tensions between President Trump and the Pope. Pope Leo has regularly criticized the U.S.-Israeli actions in Iran, while the president has called the Pope, quote, weak on crime and terrible for foreign policy. In a Truth Social post, President Trump also alleged that the church only elected Leo because, quote, they thought that that would be the best way to deal with President Donald J. Trump. So our Aimee Cho has more now on how members of the church are reacting to this tension back and forth.
This week, a growing feud between President Trump and Pope Leo over the war in Iran. The Holy Father pointing to the gospel as he calls for peace.
To remind all that attacks on civilian infrastructure is against international law, but that it is also a sign of the hatred, the division, the destruction that the human being is capable of, and we all want to work for peace.
President Trump responded with a lengthy post on Truth Social, slamming the Pope as terrible for foreign policy.
I think he's very weak on crime and other things, so I'm not. I mean, he went public. I'm just responding to Pope Leo. And, you know, his brother is a big MAGA person, and he's a great guy, Louis. And I said I like Louis better than I like the Pope.
Today, some Catholics tell News 4 they were disheartened by President Trump's criticism of Pope Leo.
I think it's terrible. He needs to stay out of religion. You know, he's obviously not, the president is obviously not a religious man, and he doesn't know what he's talking about.
I thought the president was ridiculous. The Pope is wonderful, and I stand with him.
But others say they're more conflicted and can see where both men are coming from.
They're leaders and they have the right to definitely state what their perspective is.
And I respect the Pope a great deal, but I also respect our president. And I think he's trying to do the right thing, and I think the Pope's doing what he has to do. So that's the way I look at it. I don't think either of them are wrong.
Last night, President Trump also posted an AI-generated image, appearing to show himself as a Jesus-like figure. The chair of the Georgetown University Center on Faith and Justice tells News 4 he was concerned when he saw the image.
We have a president who is wanting to compare himself to Jesus Christ, and he has a messianic complex, and he's the commander-in-chief of the most powerful and lethal military in the world. That's a dangerous thing that we have never seen before.
President Trump later took down the post, blaming what he called the fake news media for misinterpreting it.
It's supposed to be me as a doctor making people better, and I do make people better.
Meantime, Pope Leo says he'll continue to call for peace as the war in Iran stretches into its 7th week. Aimee Cho, News 4.
Now, Bishop Michael Burbidge, who leads the Catholic Diocese of Arlington, put out a statement saying in part, quote, I was disheartened by recent comments from President Trump concerning Pope Leo and the church. I pray that civility and respect are fully restored as together with God's grace, we work for peace and harmony among all people.